Well, I've never had good luck with my horse, said Lolly. Are you never will? Are you never will? Said Mr. Grint. Good luck very carefully who travel with, and mostly choose those who are kind and sensible. My experience anyway. He turned around again to his newspaper, and the other men went back to their cabs. Winter came earlier with snow, rain, or strong winds. Almost every day for weeks, Jerry sometimes went to a coffee shop near the cab stand, and sometimes Dolly came with some hot soup that Polly had made for him. One cold winter day, Dolly was waiting for Jerry to finish his soup when a gentleman came towards us. Jerry started to give the soup bowl back to Dolly and was just going to take off my arm close when the man said, "No, no, finish your soup, my friend. I can wait in the cab until you are finished." Jerry thanked him. Then came back to Dolly. "Dolly, that's a really gentleman, Dolly," he said. He had time and thought for the comfort of a poor cab driver. Jerry finished his soup. Then we took the man to Clanham. After that, he took our cab several times. He often came to pet me. 等一下，我听一下看啊。When came to pet me, it was very usually for Annie to nurse a cab horse, and I was grateful. 看修一下电脑，暂停1分钟。肯定想的呀，因为你在测试处理器啊。哪台是新款的？新款你告诉我。下次还是买刀切好了，包子吃好像也不是很舒服。刀切最好。白嬷嬷，平凡的世界里面的白嬷嬷。Another day, the gentleman saw a cart with 2 horses standing in the street. Jack was not with them. And I don't know how long they had been standing there. However, they decided to move on a few steps. At just now place of residence. Residence 住在这。Residence. business. Suddenly, the cab driver ran out of the building and catch them. He seemed very angry and began to whip the horses hard, even beating them around the head. Our gentleman saw him and walked quickly close. Stop that at once. I'll call the police, he said. The driver was drunk, and he began to shout. But he stopped whipping the horses. Meanwhile, our gentleman wrote down the name and address that was on side of the cart. Why do you want that? Shouted the driver. Our gentleman didn't answer. He came back to the cab. Many people have thanked me for telling them how their horses have been used. He told Jerry, I wish there were more gentlemen like you, sir, said Jerry. They are needed in the city. Hopeless. Adjective. Without hope. Beyond. Door. Color light essentially not bright and then. Goodbye to old friends. One day we were waiting outside one of the London parks when a dirty old cab drove up beside us. The horse was brown with bones that shone through her coat. I was eating some hay and the wind took a little of her way. The poor animal put out her long thin neck and picked it up, then turned and looked for more. There was a hopeless look in her dull eyes, and I wondered where I'd seen her before. Then he looked straight at me. Black Beauty, is that you? She said. It was Jean, but how different she looked. Her face, which was once so full of life, was now seem miserable and full of pain. Her breath was very bad. I moved closer to her so that he could have a quiet talk, and it was a sad story that she told me. After 12 months at early shore, she was considered to be ready to work again, and she was thought to a gentleman. She go on well for a little while. After long gallop one day, she became ill again. She was arrested, was seen by a hot doctor, then sold. In this way, she went from owner to owner several times, each one poorer than the one before. So at last I was bought by a man who kept a number of cabs and a house, and hears them out. She said, Jane, you looked happy and comfortable with life at the couple house, and I'm glad, but it's difficult for me. Cheer somebody up, make somebody happier. They whip me and work me 7 days a week. They saw that they paid more for me than I was, and now they are trying to get their money back by working me until I drop. You used to stand up and fight when people were cruel to you. I said, yes, I did once, said Jim. But men are stronger than we are, and if they are cruel and have no feeling, then there's nothing we can do about it. Oh, I wish the end will come. I wish I was dead. I was very sad after my nose against hers, but could find nothing to think that would cheer her up. I think she was pleased to see me. Well, she said, "You are the only friend I ever had." A few weeks after this, I cut with a dead horse. It passed by our cab stand. It was a brown horse with a long thin neck, and I believe it was Jean.
我现在等你吧，我电脑 QQ 和 QQ 游戏进不进去了？来等我那个啥子，我主持到过来。
哦，好个，我来动个啊。
喂，你好。哎，你好，我是浙江电信的服务人员哈，请问您是朱梦琪用户吗？
对，干嘛？
咱们这边来电呢是针对于新地用户有一个服务关怀，然后呢耽了您1分钟时间给您说一下，好吗？
你说。
咱们这边就是关注到您在云中绿园嘛，有一条宽带，有宽带这个在用的嘛，它的网速是100兆嘛。然后呢，现在我们是为了反馈您这样的新地用户嘛，然后呢这边会给您的网速提升到300兆的。费用的话呢是叠加20元每月，每天就是几毛钱而已。然后呢，其他的费用都是没有的。
我不需要。那关怀还要钱干嘛？20块钱。不需要。好，拜拜。
因为咱们。
拜拜。关怀，这种推销啊。A brown horse with a long thin neck, and I believe it was Jean. I hope it was, because then her trouble would be over. There was one day when we were very busy. First, a fat gentleman with a large bag went to go to Bishop Gate station. Then we were called a lady who wanted to be taken to Regent Park. Then a man jumped into the cab and called out, "Ball Street, police station." Quick, after another journey or two, we came back to the cab stand and Jory gave me some food, saying we must eat when we can on days like this, Jake. And he took out the meat and the bread Polly had given him. Mouthful now. A quantity much as can be put into the mouth comfortably at one time. Manage. Verb success control. Ashamed 害羞。Adjective embarrass 摆炫。embarrass 尴尬。打嗝打得厉害。But neither of us had eaten many mouthfuls before a poor young woman came along the street. She was carrying a child, and she took a lot and worried. "Can you tell me the way to St. Thomas Hospital, please, she said. I have to take my little boy here. And I'm a stranger in London. The little boy was crying and speak. He's in great pain and can't walk, but the doctor thinks that I can get him to the hospital, then perhaps he'll get well again. You can't carry him slow the cross, said Jory. It's 5 kilometers, and that child is heavy. I'm strong, said the woman. I think I can manage. If I know the way, you can do it. Just get into this cab, and I'll drive you there. Don't you think that it's beginning to rain? No, sir, I can't do that, she said. I'm only just enough money to get me home again. Listen, said Jerry. I've got a wife and child at home, and I'll be ashamed of myself if I let a woman and a sick child put themselves in danger. Get in cab, and I'll take you for nothing. Oh, how kind you are, said the woman, and began to cry. Jolie opened the door, but 2 men ran up, called out, cab. Anyway, adverb in any case. It's taken, said Jolie. The one man pushed past the woman and jumped in, followed by the other. This cab is already taken. Gentleman, said Jerry, said again by this lady. Lady, said one of the men, unpleasant, looking at the woman's poor clothes. She can wait. Our business is very important. And anyway, we were in for it, and we'll stay in. A smile came over Jerry's face as he shut the cab door. Stay in as long as you like, gentlemen. I can wait while you let yourselves. He walked over to the young woman who was standing nearby. They'll soon be gone, don't worry, he said, laughing. And he was right. When the 2 men realized that they were going to have a very long wait, they go out, calling Jory all kinds of bad names. After this, we were soon on our way to the hospital. Thank you a thousand times, said the young man. Jory helped her out of the cab. I hope your child will soon be better, said Jory. He catched her go in, then patted my neck. It was something he always did when he was pleased. The rain was now coming down faster, and just we were leaving the hospital, a lady came down the stairs calling cab. Julie seemed to know her at once. Julie Barker, is it you? Said the woman. I'm very glad to find you here. It's difficult to get a cab in this part of London today. 这本书还蛮有意义的。Cover noun hiding place. Shadow 藏身之处，躲避之处。喝口水。自言自语，这3本自言自语，自己给自己的直播。我下次想做支视频，表扬一下这个杯子，放口袋里。I'll be proud to take you, said Jory. Where do you want to go? Paddington Station, said the woman. We got to the station and went in undercover. The lady stood beside the cab, talking to Jory for some time, and I discovered that she was once police mistress. How do you like cab work in the winter? How do you like cab work in the winter? She said. Jory, Polly was worried about your coat last year. She worries because I work all all hours and in all kind of winter, said Julie. But I get on all right. And I would be lost without horses to look after. It would be wrong to harm your health in this work when you have a wife and 2 children, said the lady. There are many places where good drivers or gurus are wanted. If you ever decided to give up cab work, let me know. She put something into his hand. There's some money for the children, Julie thanked her, and after leaving the station, we went home. Christmas and New Year are no holiday for cab drivers and their horses. People go to parties and dances, and the work is often later. Sometimes driver and horse have to wait for hours, shaking with cold. We had a lot of later work during Christmas week, and Julie's call was bad. 要关. On New Year's Eve, we took 2 gentlemen to a house in Western End. And we were told to come for them at 11 o'clock. You may have to wait a few minutes, but don't be later, one of them said. Verb get in return for work. Julie arrived at the right time and we waited. The wind was very cold. It was snowing. Julie pulled one of my clothes higher over my neck. Then we walked up and down, trying to keep warm. At 12:30, Julie rang the door bell and asked if the gentleman wanted to the cab. The man at the door said, "Oh yes, you'll be wanted at 1 o'clock." The door opened and 2 men came out. They got in the cab without a code and told Julie where to drive. It was 3 kilometers away, and then when the men got out, they didn't think they were sorry for the long wait, but they were angry when Julie made them pay for the extra waiting time. It was money hard earned. When we got home, Julie could not speak, and his call was terrible, but he groaned me and made sure that I was warm and comfortable. It was later the next morning before anyone came, and then it was only Harry. He cleaned us and gave me our food, but it was very quiet. Later that morning he came again, and this time Dolly came with him. He was crying, and I discovered from their conversation that Julie was dangerously ill. 2 days passed, and only Harry and Dolly came to the stable. On the 3rd day, Mr. Grant from the cab didn't arrive when Harry was in the suitable. I wouldn't go to the house, boy, but how is your father? He said. Cottage, small house in the countryside. He's very bad, said Harry. I'm sorry to hear that, said Mr. Grant. He's the best man I know, but when he came the next day, Harry was able to tell him, Father is better today. Mother hopes he will get over it soon. Thank God, said Mr. Grant. He was a kind man and did a lot to help the family during this time, because while Julie was ill, he was earning no money, and we all had to eat. Julie got slowly better. The doctor said that must never do cab work again. The children talked a lot about their mother after would do, but a few days later, Dolly ran into the stable to find Harry. There's a letter from Mr. Fuller, mother's older mistress, said Dolly. He wanted father to be her carriage driver. and we are going to live in the country with chickens and apple trees and everything. That was bad news for me. I was not young now and could not hope for a better master than Julie. Although Mr. Grant promised to find a comfortable place for me, I never saw Julie again and was very sorry to leave. Punish verb cause suffering for wrongdoing. Dreams never. A noun. Energy. Hard times. I was sold to a baker who Julie know, but the baker's cart driver was a man called Jake, who drove with the bearing ring up. This made it difficult for me to pull a heavy cart. I found the work very hard. One day, after 3 or 4 months of this, I was pulling the cart, which was much heavier than usual, up a steep hill. I had to stop several times to rest, which didn't please Jake. Move on, you lazy horse, or I'll make you. He shouted, and he hit me with his whip. After a few more meters, I had to stop again. The whip came down across my back once more, and the pain was sharp. I was doing my best, but the driver was still punishing me cruelly, which seemed very unfair. Jax was whipping me a third time when a woman hurried over and said, "Oh, please don't whip your horse like that. I think I can help. Will you let me?" Jack laughed. "Oh, he can't use all his strength when his head is held back with that burning ring." The woman went on, "If you take off, I'm sure he'll do better. Anything to please a driver," said Jack, smiling. The ring was took off and the ring was took off, and I moved my head up and down several times to help my arching neck. Lose blood. "Poor boy, is that what you want?" said the woman, patting me. She turned to Jack. "If you speak to him kind and lead him on, I believe he'll do better." Jack took the ring, and I put down my head and moved on. I pulled the cat up the hill, then stopped to take a breath. "Well, that helped," said Jack. "But if I went without a burning ring all the time, the other cart driver would laugh at me. It's fashionable, you think. It's better to start a good fashion. It's better to start a good fashion than follow a bad one," said the woman. "Many gentlemen don't use the burning ring now." She gave me another paint on the neck and walked on. After that, Jake always took off my burning ring when I was going a hill, and that made my life easier. But pulling heavy carts day after day slowly began to exhaust me, and a younger horse was brought in to do my work. 回一条推特，竟然推特有人推我。我今天那个忘记发了，发一下。 After that, Jake always took off my bell ring when I was going up a hill. And that my life earlier, but pulling heavier cut day. After that, slowly began to exhaust me, and a younger horse was brought into my work. Also to another cab owner whose name was Nicholas Skinner. He was hard on his driver, and he was hard on the horses. We worked long hours and no Sunday rest. It was a hot summer. My driver was just as hard as his master, and he had a cruel whip with something sharp at the end, which often cut me and made me bleed. It was a terrible life, and sometimes, like poor Jean, I wished I was dead. One day I nearly got my wish. Luggage, non-bags, trunks. At the century, taking on a journey. Rules. Loosen, make a loss. 放松。 哎。我要装个多车。哎，叫你们插上去看一下。
你做这样？
哎，我开始。随便试看看干是。媒体看电视。看个钟点不多看。媒体看个钟点。你手机拿来扫完。是叫么？不是手机就拿来扫一下就好了呀。我手机扫一下。手机上的有对来。拿手机进去呢。
嘉兴不是嘉口平那边个，嘉兴必须经常我说他肯定那个嘛，就是要注意个嘛。
那要主要要点加口腔通路嘛。
地底下定的。
在外中国啊。
扫码的要扫码的那个就是，扫码扫的是。
来了啊。
不是，我以前那个没材料的，别人搞得蛮好，危险。
是知道要不在东西，那不弄衣服哎。
对，我拿系统啊，因为你要做空调，内天根本没提高好，手都来提高高点。
像弄哈个你一种的老太婆，老娘们，老弟子啊，弄这些火弄西锅子给你，可以的时候都给你时候都不要的。
西锅子你不是的是都来他身上。
不火不可是带点自家感受。
哦，你要下是哪？
不要下过去带点进去好了。
那就进去了。
哎。
啊，这个是可以。好，这车头用哎，稍微用洗洗，不要好啊。洗，新疆去洗。新疆去洗。
110万了，快1年了。平地嘛，我本来也在零嘛嘛，零嘛嘛，那这1年嘛没有嘛，没到出来从车子不开了嘛。我来起码得15万。然后开始啊。
哎，这个微信骚扰，这个要加一下屏蔽。发广告的人真是没完没了。
下面这个我组了个精简小区。然后这电脑弄来都弄好啊，就那上面好。
我发上门个。
等于到不了门好。那么等于到不了。我现在上面没放地基。
是个毛病啊？
已经装好就好了，
它咋样子装好就好？咁么侬之前玩上面个了，那到不来有什么用呢？啊？
不是，至于说越来越，反正买了个所有东西买来重新装上去，装不上去。
啊，买了个配件是吧？搿安装下去我要收安装费个。不是，多来装也要收安装费。
我在上面。
上面吃不了。
书籍是人类进步的阶梯。对，非常对。
这个书买一本。杰克·伦敦的热爱生命。
是吧？
嗯。
放哪里啊？
哦，放在里上。
放在里上的。
嗯。买了个什么东西啊？就自己买了个电脑。自己买了个电脑，然后装起来让我给你装是吧？那我们安装费是500块钱。安装费是500块钱。
有这么多的呀？
对，顶多还给你返工了呀，你是装不起来。
那这可以。
那不就是干2只活的才有。不然好呢有好的带领一下动作的能力，是不是？
原来是不行。
2手的买来的是不是？这个显卡是旧的啊。
钱还找不到。